Okay, welcome back to Wizardry 6. We are still sort of in the first starting area, which is dangerous enough. I have had to reload from deaths multiple times. So I went through and I opened every locked door on the first floor and the basement floor here. So that's good. And in the process, I have leveled up a little bit. So now Mangg is level 3. And he actually has an 18 strength now, which is fun. He's pretty slow, and he's pretty stupid. But he's strong as an ox. So that's all good. Carrying capacity of 270 is very nice. He's gotten a little bit more points for spells, but yeah, you know. Mook, level 3. Not at 18 strength yet, but he's doing okay. He's doing okay. Also has gotten some spells. I went with earth spells, because you can get an armor spell that lasts for I don't know how long it lasts. I honestly have no idea. It does not give a duration or anything like that. But, eventually you get a spell that lasts for, like, forever. Or until you rest or something, and that buffs the whole party's AC. So, that's what we're working towards. Locke. Good stats, pretty good stats. Can't complain. Health is not amazing. He's got 16 health compared to Mangg's 31. But, it is what it is. And I have now switched him over to hands and feet so he can punch and kick stuff, because I think it's funny. So, he's alright. He usually gets, like, 2 attacks around. And they do, like, 4 or 5 damage on average. So it's not bad. But if he kicks, they do a good amount more, but they are harder to hit. He also has some spell. Like, everybody gets spells in this game. We went with all spells. Artemis, 17 int now, 14 piety. He's got 32 mental points because he's fully invested in that. So, yeah, it's pretty good. He's got tier 2 stuff? No, he didn't. No, I specifically didn't take any of the tier 2 stuff because I wasn't enamored with any of it. It was stuff like identify and detect traps and detect, like, hidden doors and stuff, and I was just like, yeah, I don't know. I probably should have taken something, but mostly I just wanted more points, because more points, more spells that you can cast at once, and you can power up spells. I mean, mental attack at high power is pretty mean, actually. Yeah, so at power level 1, it does 1 to 7. Insanity for 2 rounds. Power level 2 does 2 to 14. 3 to 21. 4 to 28 damage. So it's a pretty big swing. I'm not quite sure the numbers. Oh, it must be... Right. So it's a number of d6s plus the number. So a 3 is 3d6 plus 3. Yeah. So eventually it caps out at 6d6 plus 6. Which is not terrible. That's going to average out to like 27 damage. And insanity for 12 rounds. How are you going to argue with that shit? Other stuff like sleep that can affect more enemies. And it lasts longer. So level 1 is 4 enemies for 2 rounds. Which honestly is pretty good most of the time. But if you need a bit more, power level 3, 6 enemies for 6 rounds. All the way up to 9 enemies for 12 rounds. Bless does increase the AC buff and the to hit buff. The higher you cast it. So, yeah, I mean, level 3 is decrease everybody's AC by 3 and increase their to hit by 3. Not too shabby. So that's all good, I think. I think just having a lot of points is fun to play with. So that's that. Then we have Glinda, who's gone mostly into Magic Sphere. She's got a 17 piety now. So she got Enchanted Blade, which lasts quite a while. Power level 1 improves everybody's to hit by 1 for 35 rounds. So you can cast this out of combat, and it'll last a good while. And really, you know, you probably just want to cast this, like, now at level 3. It improves everybody's to hit by 2 for 105 rounds. And there is... So if we just cast that right now... She can only go to 2 for now, but yeah. So if we do that, and then we go out here, this is now shining. So you can immediately see when that wears off. And these are all the 6 sort of long buffs that you can cast. There is a list somewhere. This is the big armor one, and then there's like the magic, the hidden door one, and yeah. So that's all good. And then lastly, Tinker. Yeah, 7 health. So she's pretty fucking fragile. I still am not quite sure why I picked a fairy. It seems just like a poor choice. So maybe eventually we'll swap her out to just go for a human bard and call it a day, but I don't know. It's kind of unique. Actually, hold on. I wonder if anybody has anything to say about fairies in Wizardry. I mean, people do suggest fairies. I just don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why. Says their innate magical nature means they can recover magic power quicker than other races. Apparently there is a very powerful weapon, the Cane of Corpus, which is only usable by fairy ninjas. And that's in Wizardry 7 and can be acquired again in Wizardry 8. Alright, anyways, we're sticking with it for now, so it's irrelevant. So what I didn't realize, and for some reason I maybe I just forgot or didn't think about it, I don't know. The lute is an item that can be used to cast a spell. And the harmonium is another instrument that can be used to cast a spell by bards. So there's 10 instruments in the game, and they all cast a single spell repeatedly, like infinitely. So the lute casts sleep instantly. It casts sleep just like innately. You can use it as many times as you want, and it scales with your music skill. So we have infinite sleep. And then the harmonium casts itching skin. And all it says in the manual about irritation is that it just lowers your combat ability. So I don't know exactly what it does. It just says reduces their ability to attack or defend. So it can target 3 enemies for 3 rounds. And yes, it's pretty good. Then eventually we'll get the Angel's Tongue, which can cast Bless infinitely. Devil's Pipe casts Weaken. Midnight Choir, Terror. Pan Flute, Charm. Basso Lyre, Slow. Cuckoo Call, Mental Attack. Horn of Prometheus, Fireball. Infinite Fireballs. I love that. The gold box in me is just giddy about something like that. And then the last one casts Help Food, which is an infinite heal. It heals HP, mana, and stamina. So, yeah, I didn't realize that, but now we know what she does basically every fight is just spam sleep or irritation. It's pretty nice. Alright, so that's all good. I did pick up a couple of items. Rotten cheese and wine bottle, which is apparently used... it's apparently used for some sort of quest. The last thing we need to do, though, is go get the beagle chest, which is going to be here. No. Yes. Here. Trebor sucks. You notice a small hole at the base of the wall. Mice, probably. All right, this is where we use the rotten cheese. So this is apparently a very tough fight early on. So we're going to use Tinker. No, you don't have. Who has the rotten cheese? If only there was an easy way. You have the wine bottle. You have the rotten cheese. Use. Waving the noxious cheat. Okay, chittering is... Okay, I can't read that quick. My cycles are too high. Alright, it's just a fat rat. Usually it's supposed to come out with other rats, I guess, making it a very tough fight. But this guy does have 53 health. So he's not going to be a lightweight. So we're going to go ahead and cast Bless. And we're going to cast Make Wounds. And we're going to use the loot. Ooh, 7 damage right out the gate. 11 damage. Unaffected. Bless. 4 damage. Okay, he got 2 hits. He's going for Mook. Alright. So we got him down to 29. Mook is in kind of rough shape. Hit him with a little mental attack. We will cast Heal Wounds on Mook. And we're going to use the loot again. Unaffected. Hit, 3 damage. Lock dies. Well, that'll do it. Mook dies. Block. This one fat rat just blocking our whole team from leaving. Incredible. It seems like he's actually healing. Oh no, I don't think he healed. And here's your TPK. Yep, because we can't ever run from the fat rat. 26 fucking damage. Yeah, this guy's no joke. Okay, try that again. Rotten cheese. So now we're gonna get a bunch of rats, probably. Nope, still just the fat rat. Okay. Swing. We mainly seem to struggle with hitting him, so just swing. Punch. Bless. We're gonna go all the way with Bless. We're gonna rest after this fight, so pop everything. Let's try the harmonium instead. 11 damage, but we did irritate him, which should help lower his AC. Fucking hell, Mook. Higher power, I don't think affects like the chance for it to apply, but it might. I don't know. Oh, we got him. Oh, and then he woke up again. 20 damage. Oh, we got him again. 16 damage. Dead. Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Level up, baby. Alright, Artemis gets 2 points. Now he put points into Oratory, even though I don't think that matters. So I didn't do that, right? I'm pretty sure I didn't do that. Well, mostly we just want more points into Theosophy. And we want more of this stuff. So I guess let's take, I don't know, Identify might be crucial. I guess take Identify, it's fine. Glinda leveled up. I think we want Dispel Undead. Yep, good. Tinker leveled up. 4 points. She automatically gets a bunch of points into music, so it's not really that essential. I think maybe into Thaumaturgy, but music is so good. It's like all she ever is going to do. So I could just put more points into music, but maybe we should put points into, like, Scouting. Or more points into Skullduggery. Alright. Yeah, but if we never get more points into Thaumaturgy, she's not going to get anything else. I don't even know what Direction does. It's probably lame. Materializes the compass, allowing the party to know which direction they're facing. I suppose if I didn't have the auto map, that would be handy, perhaps. But really, for our purposes, it's just meh. So we'll go Terror. Alright, so we want to save immediately. Then we want to cure our shit. Good. Spell Mangg. Heal wounds. Oop. Well, that wasn't very good. No, I got no more. I don't think anyone else took cure wounds. Okay, so then, I guess I could just... Well, yeah, we'll just rest. Which doesn't heal almost at all. I don't know. It healed at some point. We definitely saw it heal, but... Yeah, I guess it doesn't heal to full. You gotta rest multiple times to heal to full. So, we'll just cast one more heal wound. And then... we'll have Mangg cast a heal wound. Oh, yeah, it's right. It costs 4. Alright. Then just rest again. Yeah, you heal a little bit. Alright, it's fine. Okay. So we're going to continue this way. Get into an encounter with 5 creeping vines. Just sort of bash them. Boom. 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 Punch. And we have a chest, which is trapped. So we want to inspect it with Tinker. So how it works in this game is that when you inspect it, depending on the character's like skill with Skullduggery, you'll see a bunch of letters. We obviously don't see many letters, and I could inspect it with everybody, but we're not going to probably get any more letters. I could cast Divine Trap, and that would, I think, reveal most of them. But I don't have Divine Trap. I went with Identify. And so then, maybe I should save right here. Okay. So the ones in red are definitely not in the trap name, and the ones in green are in the trap name. So then you go to Disarm, and you'll see a list of possible traps. And it's basically just like a fucking crapshoot. And it's going to be different every time, obviously, so it's not something you can just look up. So if we click this, you disarm the trap. So we got lucky, I guess. Alright, so we got a feathered hat, which we can sell. Or maybe Glinda could use or something. We got razor stones, which Artemis can use. Then we got resurrection potions, which sound pretty good. And then we got a stuffed beagle, which is a quest item. So I think we'll add that. Also, I bought the Mystery Oil because that's apparently another quest item. Equip, quarterstaff, robe, sandal. Cannot use the feathered hat, which is usable by ranger, bard, lord. AC -2. Pretty sure Mangg's steel helm is better than that. So no. I guess we'll just want to sell that. There's also the Book of Directions. So you can use that to learn the Directions spell. But I think we're just going to sell it instead. And then Artemis got the Razor Stone, which I imagine is just a better missile. Doesn't show damage values or anything, but I could look it up. Why don't I just look it up? We love that kind of stuff. We love doing crap like that. Let's see. Missile. So Bullet Stone is 1d4, and a Razor Stone is 3 to 7 damage. How would you get that? I don't think there's any formula that would get you that. Other than 1d5 plus 2. So it's a 1d5 plus 2, which is a lot better than the 1d4, for sure. But, we have limited supply of that. So, that's that. Okay? So now the last part of this section is the Pirate's Den, which I wandered into before. And apparently you don't want to go in there until you have... When you want that, someone special dial 1-900-LADY. What the hell? Oh no, this is the one I went into. And we cleared that out. There's another one to the north here. This store on my left. Captain's Den, no trespassing. What's the password, matey? Yeah, so we can't even go in there until we have the password. And we could just type in the password now because we have walkthroughs, and we would get... It wouldn't be good. So, we'll go through the actual process because we come back there much later. But let's pop into the shop real quick. But Glinda sell the feathered hat and the Book of Direction. Big money. And then I don't know, the resurrection potion? Do we care about that? Cast resurrection power 6. The thing is, you don't ever really want to resurrect because it removes a vitality and ages the character. So that's why we always reload. Death is a reload, no matter what. So really, we may as well just sell the resurrection potions as well. Big money for each one. Oh, okay. They sold both. Cure Stone. 3,000. Oh, cures, like, petrification. Okay. I thought it was a stone of curing or something. Resurrection Potion. Oh, we can buy 25 more stones. I guess we'll do that. A skull cap. A skull cap, you say? Who can use that? Mage, priest, alchemist, psionic, bishop, monk. The monk can wear it. It's -1 AC. I will purchase that. Okay, then we're good. $25. Done. Trade with, Lock. Skull cap. Skull cap. Every little bit helps, especially protecting your precious head. Alright, we're good. Okay, so from here, we are now going to go into one of the towers. I recommend exploring the northeast, northwest, and southwest towers first. While they are not mandatory, you will find useful items and experience along the way. Just don't run off the edges of the towers, as it will result in the death of your entire party. Okay. That's great, I suppose. They organize the maps in a pretty annoying way, I must say. They show, like, all of the towers level 2s at once, and then they show all the towers level 3 at once. But really, there's not that much to say. So I guess it's fine. So we're doing, what did they say, southwest? Oh no, we're gonna go to the southeast first. That's this way. You hear some kind of rustle or flap from somewhere nearby. Perhaps it is only the wind descending from one of the towers. Oh, I'm at... Oh, that's right. I'm in the main level now. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Very fast. Okay, here we go. You hear something go bump around the corner up ahead. Encounter with a bat. Okay. So they said that what you could do is just guard. Whoops. Everyone could just guard. And then if you get hit, you counterattack. Or if you get attacked, you counterattack. Yep, there you go. Okay. Now that's all fine and dandy, but why is that good? Why does that work? If a character is on guard and a monster does attack, he will jump out, regardless of position and party, and attack the monster right back. Guard is useful for flying animals such as bats who can attack anyone, or for characters who cannot normally reach the monsters. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, our party doesn't really need to do that much then. We're pretty set with distances. You hear the clattering of footsteps running up the stairs ahead of you. You see some breadcrumbs. Suddenly a door slams to the right. From behind the door, you hear a very strange noise. It almost sounds like something is pressing up against it and breathing heavily. An odd voice speaks from behind the door. Go away! I said go away! I'm not coming out, whoever you are, and you can't make me! To enter, speak the word beloved. And you learn this from Queegweeg by asking him about rumors. It probably says somewhere in the manual about rumors maybe being like a good topic for a lot of characters. I don't know. I would imagine. Otherwise, if players just had to come up with that, it seems kind of rough. You found Snoopshery? Why didn't you say so? Come in, come in. A tall, scruffy, but stalwart man walks toward you and says, I am Lamonte. Did you find Snoopshery? Yes. If you can return her to me, I'll set the captain free, but not before. Okay, so we can then trade. I don't remember who took the beagle. Not gold. No, not you. See, this game really would benefit from like a side program that just displayed all your party's inventory and various things like that. Because I don't know who the fuck has this stuffed dog. I gotta go one by one through all my party. Oh. Stuffed beagle. Thank you. Snoop Sherry! Back in my arms at last. Take this key to the captain's cage and you may set him free. Lock got an item. Alright, so now, well, technically he is a trader. But his inventory sucks, I guess. So you don't even want to buy it. And it actually says that, you might kill him to get the silver key and a few random items, which might be preferred. The additional experience you obtain from this battle is more satisfying than keeping a remote merchant who doesn't sell anything unique. So I guess we want to just kill him. It's not very moral, I'll admit. I'll admit to that. Boom. Exploded. 208 XP. And 57 bucks. I think the silver key is not a unique thing. Like, it's used in a bunch of different doors. So we do want to take that. We'll leave the rest behind. Alright. Awesome. And here's the tower. You can map it out. To the east is the edge of the swamp, a cold and gloomy place that forebodes a land of evil. Perhaps the tales of demons and witches aren't just rumors after all. That's it. That's the whole thing. All right, sweet. So then we can... Well, no, which one did it say? Northeast, northwest, southwest towers first. Okay, we did... Right. Yeah, we did the only mandatory one. But, that's alright. Alright, time for a little lock picking. No, stop it! Failure. Boom, success. We always save before and after. An encounter! Okay, wow, that's a lot. I wish I had an AoE attack. Well, we could probably just fight. These things aren't going to kill us at this point. I would find that very, very unlikely. Unless multiple of them hit Tinker. Then maybe. But thankfully you can just spam enter. And it will just, you know, it'll fight. It'll do the basic option against the first row. Or whatever row you can, you know, first row. So it's relatively quick. The only thing is this process is kind of slow, but usually I like that it's like for a game that this kind of tactical and this tough, it helps to see everything that's happening. Okay, Mangg leveled up to 4. We probably do want to get to tier 2 spells, so I feel like we should put most of our points into theology. Because now, like, look, I have to diversify. And I don't want to diversify. It's shit. I want to get stamina. No, I guess we'll take charm. Mook gets 2 points. Probably into Kirajutsu. You really should put points into Thaumaturgy. Probably into Energy Blast. Locke leveled up. So I haven't put anything into Kirajutsu yet. just as a refresher of what those all mean. Ninjutsu allows you to hide, and for ninja and monk, it helps your armor class. Kirajutsu is critical hits. I do think critical hits will be good, but I really want to make them more survivable, so that's why ninjutsu is kind of the focus. And I guess we'll also go with charm. A bunch of rotted crates have fallen into a heap upon the floor. Whatever they might have contained turned to dust a long time ago. Found one copper key. And we could cast Enchanted Blade. Alright, now what is this? We're in the northeast tower. I don't think... okay. I don't even know what floor we're on. The fuck floor am I? Where am I? I don't think I have this key. An encounter. Yeah, just non-stop slaughtering, everybody hitting. Enchanted Blade, baby. Piles of old debris crowd this small tower room, most of it looking quite rotted. You found a bow and some arrows, which appear to be usable. Short bow and 56 elm arrows. The short bow... Nah, no, I mean, no one else can really use it, so... But that is another bummer of having a fairy bard, is I can't use a longbow. Short bow is like the best thing I'm gonna get. The smelly carcass of something dead is lying on the tower ledge, directly overlooking the moat. It has decayed beyond the point of recognition, with no indication of how it died. Search the carcass for details. Push the carcass off the tower. Leave the carcass alone. Say what? And they don't mention the carcass at all. No, they don't mention the carcass at all. No, I'm not sure. Searching for details. When you move the carcass, a horrible stench explodes from his body, giving everyone a full dose of the putrefied remains. 2 damage, nauseous, 1 damage, nauseous, 1 damage, nauseous, 2 damage, nauseous. Okay, let's try resting. Okay, we rested to full and we're all okay. Problem solved. Uh-oh. Did it freeze? Game froze. Fuck. Well, that's not good. Why is that happening? Why would that happen? It definitely froze, though. Nothing will jog that. Unless there was a... I thought there was a way to, like... Hmm. Thought there was a way to, like, kickstart it again or something, like, I don't know. No, I guess not. Okay. Then we'll just close out of it. Pretend that it never happened. And I don't think I saved immediately before that. No, we were still on this floor. Well, we don't want to search it. We'll just push it. You push the remains over the edge of the tower, and moments later, you hear the faint splash as they hit the moat. Alright, well, that solves that. Looking out across the tower's edge, the North Forest spans as far as the eye can see. An encounter. An encounter. Dude, once we get, like, Madalto or something, I can just AoE the shit out of this. Fireball. I mean, Fireball. When we get Fireball, all life is just kind of better. We know that. $75 elm arrows this time. I think Tinker's going to be weighed down a bit too much with this. But, I don't know. She's got to carry her arrows. If you can't carry that, why are you going on adventures? She's at 88 out of 93. She's quite weighed down. And the instruments don't help either. Alright, I think we're basically good here. Alright, and then we will proceed here. Yeah, we need keys for these. Specific keys. Suddenly a tower rafter collapses. Oh, rocks fall, everybody dies. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, don't do that when you're DMing. Don't just say, oh yeah, you all take damage. Isn't that fun? Plumes of smoke arise from fiery pits far to the west, testament to an era which should have passed long ago. Be rats. Boom. Piles of old debris crowd the small tower room, most of it looking quite rotted. Most of it. Nothing. The fuck? Okay, well, you know, we're mapping out the place. And eventually we'll get to whatever that stuff is. Alright, and last, southwest. An encounter. Yeah, I can't tell you. I can't really tell you how much better I feel about this game compared to the last 5 games. Like, the complexity of it, the kind of somewhat quality of life things of it, the character customization of it, the magic system being changed to like this cool point system with different categories, and the resting ability, being able to rest in the dungeon and save wherever you want in the dungeon is just, oh, it's so much better. So much better. Now I don't feel like hesitant about casting spells. I mean, I still don't most of the time, but if I do, it's like, okay, yeah, just fucking blow your load. Because I know if I blow my load, I'm not going to have to go all the way back to town. I'll just have to sit here and rest. And it's like, yes, so good. It's just a much more enjoyable game to me. You sense that something is amiss. You are being watched. Looking upward, a multitude of bats are delicately poised directly above. Suddenly they attack. Alright. I mean, it's just a few bats. Not overly worried about a few bats. But we'll throw out the loots. Put them to sleep. Boom. Hit him in the head with a rock. Boom. Boom. Yes. So satisfying. Get good XP, save your game, move on with your life. It's all good. It's not a fast game, but like I said, my problem with the other Wizardries wasn't that it was slow. I don't have an issue with that. It was just tedious. And this game doesn't feel nearly as tedious at this point. It's early days, I'm aware, but looking southward, you see far beyond the castle gate into the distant blue mountains. Okay. And that's all she wrote. Wait a minute, did I search here? You found a moldy old breastplate of leather, and though worn, seems good enough to be effective. Leather cuirass. Oh, I don't know, man. So, samurai can wear it, so that's probably where it's going. Because we have the chain auber. And I think he has a leather auber. Well, let me just see. Minus 5 AC. Yeah, he had one of these and I upgraded him. So this is useless now. Oh, well. Alright, that's all the towers done. So now we are going... Enter the western corridor of the main level, then go to the first upper level. Which is... here. We should rest first. Good enough. And we'll cast... Enchanted Blade. Good. Yeah, we're... Okay, that was not correct. That goes down. Oh, it actually might be... Western Corridor. Cold air rushes through the bars of the gate, as if the wind were blowing into the castle from somewhere beyond the gate. You hear a rather haunting kind of bleat echoing from far away, but that is probably the wind just as well. Okay, so no go on that. And we get an encounter with 3 rogues. I think we can just bash the shit out of them. Dead. No penetration. Dead. Arrow. Stone. Boom. Sword of striking. Found some rutabaga. We'll leave that behind. They could have very well added, well, where is this now? Could have very well added food and stuff. The door is solid black and looks to be quite heavy. Bolted to the center of its face is a black iron spade. Oh, jeez. Jam. Fuck. Okay, forget that. Alright. I don't know where I'm going, so let me go back to the map. Okay, I'm pretty sure... I don't see how it's not this, but that seems to just step over there. Yeah, I guess it's not that. So we're trying to get to the upper level. Which suggests oh no, this goes down. Right, but it's not this, because this is the tower. We've established that. We've definitely established that. So much for my enchanted blade. These staircases on the map are not labeled. FYI. I don't know. It really seems like they would be here, but they're not here. Because this leads to the spade door, which we've already determined. The guide says... Enter the western corridor of the main level, then go up to the first upper level. Upon reaching this floor, turn left and make your way into the southwest room, then down to south. You will find 2 key of spades resting on the far corner of this room. Oh, there was this... Well, no. Southwest room. There's a lot of stairs. But it's not this. Why are the maps... I'm just really unclear as to how to get to the upper level. This is not... This might be the upper level. Actually, this is the upper level. This is 100% the upper level. But these doors are just unopenable. On the map, they're just labeled in black. And they're not even openable. Yeah, I don't see a way that you would... I mean, there's that staircase there, I suppose. Oh, I'm an idiot. Alright, yep, I'm a 100% idiot. Okay, I thought these were both staircases down. This one goes up. Oh, gee, oh god. It's all so clear now. So we want to go through here into here. Get into an encounter with a couple rats. Miss all of them. There you go. There you go. Thank you. An old wooden table and several chairs are rotting away in the center of the room, and fragments of broken flagons and rubble cover the floor. You found a ring with two odd-looking black keys, each with a handle in the shape of a small spade. 2 keys of spades. Excellent. Okay, awesome. So then there's some more lockpicking we can practice, because we love that. Failure. Failure. So now this one is jammed. It's never turning green, so that's just jammed. And if you jam the other one, then the whole door is jammed. So once you see that pop up once, you're pretty fucked, and you should just reload. Nothing's gonna save you. Yep, jam. But as soon as you see that you did that, it's already too late. Yeah, I mean, my high cycles just means that this is entirely a crapshoot. Like, I can't time it whatsoever. I think probably normally you are meant to be able to time it at like a normal speed. So, yeah, it means we've made this harder for ourselves than it should be. If I drop it down to frame skip 1 cycle, eventually, after a long period of time, this should tick forward. How long will it take? Well, look at it's redrawing my cursor there after I moved it. So there you go. Still has not changed numbers once. Maybe it's too slow and it just can't even compute. Okay, we'll bump it up to 1,000. So that's at 1,000, which is still a complete crapshoot. Fuck. And now I jammed it. So if I could, yeah, there's no way to, I mean, you can probably go into the DOSBot configuration to, like, set how many cycles it changes per button press. I can't change that now. So even at 1,000, it's still just pretty much crapshoot. Jam. That's why I'd rather play than at 3,000, because at least the game feels pretty smooth and quick. There you go, got it. By the way, there's nothing in these rooms at all. But we want to level up our skullduggery. This impressive-looking suite appears to have been some kind of guest room, and an inference made by examining a tiny placard behind the door which reads, "Checkout 10 a.m." Did we already play for an hour? Yeah, my god, we did. Time just fucking flies when you're having fun. Oh, this door's open. Some bats and a rat. probably should level up Mangg with a quarterstaff, actually. So I don't have to keep buying ammo. But the higher end sling ammo is pretty nice. So, and it does let him attack any enemy in any row or anything. So there is a benefit to that. Alright, I shouldn't waste more time. Because I can go through all these empty rooms on my own. So there's some doors here that are labeled chrome. Shiny chrome. I probably can't crack these. Yeah, now it's jammed. So that's probably gonna be a while yet. In which case, then there's really not much else here on the floor that I can do. It says if you have a thief or bard with a strong skullduggery skill, you can skip the entire West Spire, as the reason for the trip is to get the 3 chrome keys needed to explore this upper level. Okay. If you need to head up to the West Spire, return to the main floor, enter the central chamber near the fountain, left stairs, blah, 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 use the key of spades, blah, blah, blah. Encounter your first undead foe. Yes, let's end on that note. Cover all our stamina. Tinker's stamina is really plummeting constantly because of her encumbrance, which, I mean, I love it. It makes sense. It all makes sense. It's pretty good. It's something you'd never, ever track in an actual tabletop RPG. I mean, you could be that insane with it, but you just never would. But it makes sense in a video game. Seems like the time to do it. As I try to remember who picked up the key of spades. Glinda. Success. And let's have you cast... Well, we're going to want to Dispel Undead, I imagine, but Enchanted Blade is pretty nice. 1 stinking corpse. It says this encounter is challenging, but by using Dispel Undead and powerful fire magics, the zombie will fall before it does too much damage to your party. Okay, so this is the challenging encounter. It's 1 stinking corpse. He has 60 health. I imagine he might paralyze on hit. Can bring up all the monsters. I guess he counts as a boss. Yeah, he counts as a boss. If you haven't learned the Dispel Undead spell, you'll be stuck using what you have against it. So what does Dispel Undead do that's so freaking good? Attempts to destroy an undead monster. Success varies on the resistance they possess and spell power. Okay, so higher power does count. And it also affects the level... No, the number of undead that you can destroy at once. So, theoretically, we would only need power level 1. But we want to go max. And hopefully it does give me XP for doing so. So we're gonna just attack normally with all these guys. Here we're going to use fucking max power mental attack in case this fails. But it won't fail. 21 points we're putting into this shit. And we'll use the harmonium. Irritated. Kick for 5 damage. No penetration. Done. Done. Oh, 1100 XP. Inside the castle spire, the contents of a bed, table, and chair still remain intact after all these years. Bits of old hair and rotted flesh are evident upon the bed, probably from the corpse which you have recently put to rest. Damn, I wish I could farm that. Alright, let's rest real quick. Get some spell points back. So now Glinda, she's back up to 23. So, far cry from max. But, I mean, people said basically you can rest as much as you fucking want. And I have yet to be attacked while resting. So, now she's up to 32. I think that is her max. And Artemis at 50. Yeah, we're good. So there you go. It is trapped, so we will inspect it. We got Ya. So it doesn't spell out the trap. It's just these are jumbled letters, and we know that these letters are in the trap name. So we know that Ya is in there, which yeah, could be Energy Drain or Ray of Enfeeble. Let's go Ray of Enfeeble. The trap was triggered. Energy Drain. Which probably just drains spell points. We got a Skull Cap for Artemis. Sparklers. And Sneeze Powder. I'm probably going to sell most of this. I don't know what it did. Well, actually, that may have lowered levels or something. Energy Drain. I don't like that. Debating about reloading. Fuck. I have no idea what it did. I was terrified. There's no spell called Energy Drain, from what I can see. Much like there's no spell called Ray of Enfeeble. But Energy Drain in D&D is typically a bad thing. Drain levels kind of thing. So I think we're just going to reload, because I don't want to deal with that ever again. Inspect. Tinker. Alright, we know there's an X and a U. Oh, and a R. Okay. X, U, and R. That pretty much leaves Noxious Vapors as our choice. You disarm the trap. Skull Cap, Sparkler, Sneeze Powder. Skull Cap. Awesome. Alright, much better. Okay. Excelente. We can even go in here to fight some more rats, just because. Yeah, I would certainly wish I could farm that zombie over and over. That'd be a very nice method of grinding. But I don't know, so far I haven't really felt any need to grind. It's more just like, just explore the whole place and you'll be probably fine. And I love that I'm not really missing save states or anything. I mean, save states are... It was definitely faster to save and reload. But this is pretty quick and covers a lot of use cases for what I would use save states for. So, yeah, I'm certainly pleased enough with the game as it is. Right, so now we go back up here. You have to have skullduggery of at least 35 to pick the chrome doors. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's alright. Success. An encounter. Boom. 3 damage. Yeah, moop. Yeah, moop. Even through the decay of many years, the magnificence of this former suite is still perceptible, and it is clear that this was the master bedchamber. No doubt the lord of the castle made this his personal quarters. The walls are a panorama of hand-painted murals, and every nook and edifice shows the handiwork of finely skilled artisans. Even within this darkened ruin, a bit of the wondrous splendor that used to shine here still lives. The decomposed remnants of a towering bed have slumped against the far wall, and remains of furnishings lie spread throughout the room. A lot of text there, no doubt. Okay, so we want to go here. This is another chrome door. Another rat. Dead. Rotted shelves and decomposing books have fallen to the floor surrounding the walls of this former library and study. Against the wall ahead of you is a broken, collapsed desk. Most of the books have totally deteriorated, and it is impossible to read them. A few, however, have legible titles, and you look them over. The History of the World. Academia Mathematica. £15 in a fortnight, How to Keep It Off. Tales of the Magicals. Of all of these, only the last two show any promise, but unfortunately both are so blackened with rot that you get little from them except for an interesting recipe for cabbage. Okay. And then we go here and search. Searching among the ruins of the desk, you find a piece of wire leading from the desk into the wall. You may stand back and pull the wire, crouch low and pull the wire, leave the wire alone. Okay, and it says that it's... I don't know, it says it's not trapped, so I guess we'll just stand back and pull it. You triggered a secret cache. Open. No. Open. It shouldn't be trapped. Okay. Opening the jewel box, you find a key and a small book. The book remains in good condition and appears to be some kind of diary or notebook written in a strange, undecipherable code. You found 1 king's diary and a gold key and 25 gold, and we get 250 XP. Well, we like all that, don't we? Excellent. Surprised I haven't leveled up from all that. So then we can go up here, go through this door. There's a secret button. And then we go here, and we can use the key of RAM. Best guesses as to where the fuck that is. It would be a lot better, I think, if they had a shared swag bag. Yeah, that would be a lot nicer, I think. Okay, RAM. I guess Glinda is my designated key person for the most part. Okay, awesome. And then this gets us a trapped chest. X. Exclamation. Asterisk. What am I going to do with an asterisk? We just have no idea. I guess I'll go with Poison Dagger. Trap was triggered, Raven feeble. Mangg weakened, lock weakened. You find an odd mask which seems to be made from the head of a goat. It shows signs of decay, but otherwise seems to be fairly well intact. Along with the mask, a very ornate dagger is resting in the chest, apparently made of gold. Mounted into the hilt are several gems, and 2 runes are engraved underneath. Find 1 goat's mask and a dagger of ram and 500 XP bonus. Ooh. What does it say about that? These 2 items will be needed only at the end of the adventure, so stash them in someone's swag. Okay. Stash them away, Mangg. Alright, so we did get weakened there, but I'm not going to reload just for that. There's some rest should clear that. Didn't clear it up. Now it cleared it up. Okay, and we'll throw out a heal. There you go. Oh, Mangg's still weakened. Oh no, he's cursed for 10 rounds. Why the fuck is he cursed for 10 rounds? Alright, well, we rested a lot. Great. Here we can go... Use the key of Ram again. A great stone altar rises up from the floor, graven with runes and demonic figurines. Grotesque characters play in some bizarre ritual, and stains of deep red color the surface. Ghoulish acts depict a story of horror, giving cold sobriety to its unholy purpose. These images brutally dispel any ideas of Gaelic charm the castle once held, an innocence consumed by the shocking nightmare of its reality. So far, the writing has actually been barely above average on the whole, of just like kind of the quality of the prose. Alright, so this fountain heals your health and stamina, which is pretty nice. This other one poisons you. So that's fun. We can go up from here. I don't know where exactly. There's also... A lot of these are just dead ends, or I can't open, or something like... Yeah, I think those couple gates, they're unopenable. But I can go back this way. And then this is the third and last chrome door. Chrome door. Get into an encounter with some creeping vines, like we like to do. You step into a room whose walls are alabaster carvings of cherubs, roses, and vines, and though the plaster has long turned dark, the detail of these ornamentations is still an impressive spectacle to behold. The fossil of a bed that spanned a width greater than the length of the 3 men rests in ruin upon the floor, and scattered through the room are piles of rotted woodwork that used to be furniture. This suite is most certainly the former chamber of the queen, and it makes you wonder whether the rumors about her peculiar rituals with young men were true. That could be true. Alright, here we actually get to pick a door. Or try to. Jam. Yeah, this is the... Keep this in mind if you're ever going to play this game. This is the risk you take with the bard. And no... thief. Yeah, so we'll get it. We'll get it. Come on. Fucking jammed already. 2 attempts I get. Come on. There you go. An encounter with rats. Dead rats. Brightly painted walls used to accent this small boudoir, and though it has lost its original luster, it has kept its lighthearted and festive appeal. Yes, and in here... Thought it was in there. Okay, there's 3 men in here in her boudoir. We should be able to just mollywop them up. Boom, boom, punch him in the head. Boom, knock him in the head. Boom. 2 damage. No. We'll skip that. Nothing. Nothing. Straight. Definitely, the map shows there's a treasure chest here. There it is. Okay, and it is trapped. FYI. Expect RNA. RNAX. No, RNAN. 2 N's. Well, 2 N's is a pretty big hint. 2 N's. Energy drain. No! Energy drain! Lock lost hit points. Inside the trunk is a rather shocking article of, well, armor or something. It appears to be a heavy bra made of hard, glossy black leather and lined with sharp-pointed metal studs around its edges. Although its use is not quite apparent, it does seem to have the potential for a certain kind of appeal, if worn by the right person. Still, even more perplexing, along with the strange bra, buried in the bottom of the box, you find a long black whip. Now what would these be doing in the Queen's boudoir? Okay. I'm gonna reload. I feel like energy drain maybe just low takes health or something. It's like energy blast, but I just don't trust it. All we know is it has an R in it. Got it. All right. Feel better about that. Okay, can she... no fairies. Lords can equip it, but I assume it's a female thing. And it's AC -6, which is not that amazing. Probably pretty good for a thief. But I'd have to... Yeah, okay. So, no. We're not going to be using that. The bullwhip can be used by everyone except samurai. Even a fairy could use it if we wanted to switch her over to a bullwhip. It has a +1 to hit, does 1d4 damage, and can lash. Whatever that means exactly. Well, 1d4 is pretty shit. No doubt. The Elm Arrow is 1d6 if she hits. And I think generally we probably want her bow skill to be pretty good. So yeah, chances are we're just gonna sell that stuff. But alright. Okay, that's pretty much it on this floor. There's a bunch of other empty rooms and stuff. And there's a... Yeah, basically that's it. So from here we would... I'm gonna end the video. I gotta stop. But from here we'd go back to the basement. And then we'd take stairs down from there to go to the bottom level. Ooh, which contains giant serpents. Oh no, you can drop down a pit to a lower level which contain giant serpents. They provide a lot of experience, so feel free to jump in and see if you can survive. You may want to purchase some cure poison potions before leaping, though. That sounds pretty fun. The enemies on the bottom level provide more XP than the other levels if you need to gain strength. Okay. I might head down there then to grind a little bit, just because I love to become more powerful. But, yeah, I don't know how necessary it is, but it's never a bad idea. You will never be like, oh, man, I can't believe I grinded. I can't believe I'm so powerful. This is shit. I'm so upset about how powerful I... You'll never hear that out of me. Yeah. So we're still in the castle. Like I said, there's a good amount left of the castle before we even go on to the other locations. But I'm certainly enjoying it so far. I just am debating about whether or not I want to do a full on-camera Let's Play. Because I really liked, like, fucking Might and Magic 4 and 5. I played through those whole games. I think I did 2 videos for both games. Like, I did, like, nothing on video, on camera. But I really just loved playing through it. So maybe, yeah, maybe I should just play through Wizardry 6 a bit more on my own, and then come back on camera partway through. Because if I do a whole Let's Play of this, it's going to be hours and hours. You see how slow it is. Not a bad thing, just, yeah. This is also why the Gold Box games, I didn't do full Let's Plays for any of those. So, yeah, probably I should just play ahead on my own and come back once we're a little further along. Maybe things get more interesting, or I can vent about how terrible the game gets. One of the two. And then, yeah. Because I do want to ideally beat this and then carry the party over to Wizardry 7. Which I'm really looking forward to as well. But alright, for now, my name is Mangg. Game watching has been Wizardry 6, and I'll see you fine folks in the next part.